Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. Okay, listen, travel, work, leisure. Sometimes our everyday carry stuff doesn't really work in every single scenario. It just doesn't always work everywhere. For instance, right now, my everyday carry knife is the CRKT. This is the Q Compact. Just did an entire video updating you guys on my fall EDC. I'll link that up for you to check out down below. However, in my work environments that I'm in right now, there's no way that this can be in my right pocket, especially when I'm in some type of more, formal, casual suits or whatever. This just is not appropriate to pull out in an office environment. You can pull it out, but it can't be hanging off of your clothing. So this is the pouch that goes with me for travel. Now, this specific travel scenario, I'm driving, so it was so much easier for me to just bring whatever the F I want to include a boomstick, which I talked about in a previous video as well. This is my EDC pouch that kind of fits in every scenario. One thing I've noticed over the last few years is that it's becoming more and more acceptable to have things that are wax canvas, MOLLE compatible, tactical looking at work, but maybe not full like knives hanging out of your pocket. So this is the Nutsack Commander pouch. This thing here is probably becoming one of my favorite pouches that kind of is very utility in nature. This thing is made of wax canvas. It has a very large pocket in the front. I don't keep anything in there. It has MOLLE compatible area in the back, so you can buy straps and hook this thing to another bag, or you can hook stuff to this if you see fit as well. Anything that I'm talking about, I'll link up down below. Some of those things will be affiliate. Some of them will not be. Anything that you buy won't cost you an additional money. It's going to help the channel out, and I appreciate that. We're going to talk about exactly what I keep in this, but this thing is fantastic. Made in the USA, YKK zippers, leather accents throughout this pouch all over the place. So it's just very, very cared for. That's one of the things I like about it the most. I've stuffed this thing like a burrito. It has never given me any kind of like gripes, moans, and complaints. Here's what it looks like. There's your full, get that in your face real quick. Full look at what it looks like. So the entire pouch itself kind of has everything that I need inside for any type of scenario. Here, matter of fact, bring it a little bit closer. There you go. This is one half of the pouch. And then we got the other half of the pouch, the entire pouch itself. Now, of course, I am not in my normal digs. This is working in the hotel room in between the opportunities before we go out for a little bit of happy hour. So first thing we got to talk about is we are rocking the Leatherman Arc. The Leatherman Arc, this is the Obsidian. I've done an unboxing of this. I've done a Versus series with the Charge and the Wave. It's almost time for a full review. I have put this thing through its paces. It is much better than people are talking about. People that are complaining about the actual sheath and stuff like that. I just don't think they know what the hell they're talking about. This thing is great. I've used it a ton, and now it's with me on this specific work trip. All right, so right next to that is my charging bank that I keep with me just in case I need it at any time, any place. Like I might need it when we go. This pouch is really good for work, for cigar smoking, which we're gonna go do that here in a second, and just for any other type of scenarios. But I have the Gen 3 of the Nicor. This is the MB 10,000 milliamp hour, the slimmest 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank on the market. Carbon fiber for the outer shell, 2 USB-C charging ports on the top, 22 watt output. I have some business cards just in case I film inside of some type of someone's area, whatever, just kind of keeping it real with them and give them my information. Back there behind there, we do keep a Lockbee notebook, and we keep a Bastion pen. This comes in handy so much when you're traveling. I don't like using community pens. Signing in for a hotel, the office that I'm working in, I have to sign in as a visitor, just signing checks, going to restaurants. Bringing my own freaking pen is fantastic. I'm going to tip the housekeeper that cleans this room. I'm going to leave her a little note, or he or she leave them a note, let them know I think they're doing a good job. So we keep that. Behind that, I keep my Sarge. This is my 512 I think gigabytes of storage. This hooks directly to the back of my phone. Of course, I use my phone for recording videos as well. I can put this on the back of my phone, record videos directly to this and keep the memory of my phone, or I can just keep extra photos on there or storage or whatever. It's a fantastic little thing. This is the tracker that stays in this pouch just in case I lose this thing somewhere. Then I can come back and reference it. It works on the Find My network. In the middle of this, it does have two little pin holders, but you don't have to use it for pins. In this case, I have one part here using for some Burt's Bees. The other part here is the 6-in-1 charger for the actual battery bank that I just showed you. So this thing here charges devices. I've talked about this plenty of times before. I like the fact that it does quick charging. I can leave it right there and it's kind of just good to go. So put this back in this area here. Then we have the other side. So the other side's a lot more complicated, kind of gets the job done. But this is, like I said, my grab and go pouch where I'm still kind of in dress clothes now. See, look here, I don't really have like the room to put in a pocket knife in these trousers. So this is where this kind of makes a lot of sense. The pocket knife I just showed you will stay here in the hotel. And this will be the Benchmade Mini Griptilians opportunity to shine. Specifically, I have this one in the OD green colorway. I just picked this one up recently. I like the way that looks. I like the fact I got it in the OD green with the black blade steel. Really good looking combination specifically. Then behind that, we are rocking the Nikkor, or excuse me, actually we're rocking the Streamlight. This is the 10-tap programmable ProTac 2AA X. This is a great flashlight. I kind of like the way that this thing has, first off, big old rechargeable USB Type-C battery, so I have all the chargers for this. But if this were to die, I can go down to the hotel lobby, get 2 AA batteries, still use this thing. Some type of emergency happens in this hotel, I have to help myself I have to participate in my own survival. Maybe illuminate this while I'm going down the stairwells, lights are going out, whatever. I'm gonna be good to go with a slight flashlight. Right in front of that is a Zippo. The Zippo is this is my brass Zippo with a butane insert. Fantastic. It's a fire source. Of course, I'm going to be going to Smoke a Sticks to be able to nice to have my own Zippo. I don't have my cutter. I left my cutter back in Dallas, so it sucks that my Benchmade cutter's back in Dallas, so I have to use the house cutter. But at least I got my own Zippo so I can relight the stick as it goes. Behind that, I do have, this is the Oshed Spike. I don't know if they sell this anymore. I'll try to link this up down below. This is a bottle cap lifter, a slotted screwdriver, and a pry bar. Completely useless, okay? I might throw back some suds while I'm there. The bartender should open it while we're there. There's no reason for me to have my own bottle cap lifter, but hey, just in case we're ready to rock and roll. Whenever we're on these trips, I like to bring a field sharpener, just in case I need to touch up my blades while I'm there. Now, I preferably am not going to use the actual grit. I think this is entirely too coarse to hit with any of my blades with, but the ceramic rod, if I need to touch up a blade or something like that, I can do that. And I'm always wearing a leather belt, so I can do some honing as well. Those are two things I always do in my travels, so that way if need be, I can come through. If I need any of my knives need just a little bit of work done to them, then it makes life that much easier to be able to do that very, very quickly. So we have that. Now, whenever I go on these trips, one thing that I always do is I try to leave a little bit of room in these pouches for the just in case scenario. So I have a little bit of room right here in the front because whenever I get back to the city of Dallas, I need the ability to know exactly where my keys are. I don't walk around with these on me all day, every day, because these unlock the keys to my house and I'm not near my house right now. So I prefer to keep these in the pouch, okay? That way I know they're not in a pants pocket, a trouser pocket, some suit jacket, and I leave them somewhere. So this is kind of like always my go-to. Still has the emergency cache that we talked about. I talked about that in a previous video. This is just a fantastic pouch overall. Behind it is one more large slip pocket. And in that slip pocket, this is where I normally will keep, this is a Strike Bright, just in case some type of emergency. I want to illuminate the outside of my door, let the emergency folks know that I'm alive inside. I like the fact that this can stick to the outside of the door and gain their attention. Some Band-Aids. And also, we normally keep in here nail clippers and tweezers. I don't know if there are any in here. I think I may have already took those out and put them in the bathroom, but this is just like my med section. Okay, so just overall medical supplies. So we have Advil in here as well, ibuprofen, acetaminophen. So yeah, so we just have like a overall very utilitarian type of pouch. This is great for anything, just any type of scenario. This is why, another reason why it's one of my favorite pouches, the fact it's so versatile to stand up, lay it down, wherever. This is not aggressive looking when I go into an office environment. If I'm going into an environment where you're allowed to bring sharp objects, which most of the time I am, it just doesn't look very good hanging out your pocket. This works really well. I can leave this thing sitting on my desk right next to my laptop while I'm working, and it doesn't look odd. It doesn't look out of place. That's one of the things I like about this thing a ton. But what do you keep in your travel kit? This is just my small travel kit. Now, I have other things that I would normally use if I'm going to be gone for an extended amount of time, such as like glue, just in case my shoes were to break, you know, rubber bands, Ranger bands, all that type of stuff. That's not in this kit. This is kind of a kit that can just do almost anything you need it to do. A small little MacGyver kit for your everyday carry and for your travel and leisure needs. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.